Hello, everybody. I'm just giving a quick update. I'm home. I haven't slept because I'm preparing the footage to bring to the police tomorrow. I recorded the first half of that psycho following and chasing me. I recorded the best I could, even though you couldn't see a lot of the times, besides lights behind me. But I did get him to do donuts with me in the middle of the road in Van Nuys, and you could really get a good view of his car and everything. And thank you for the people who sent me clips of him at La Poupe before I was around, and it shows his car and his license plate as well, so I can bring that all to the police. If you guys didn't see, just, look at my last videos. This psycho guy that tried to set up DOA last week, chased Solomon around. I hear followed Cuts. Cuts has clips of his car, Cuts E. And he's just a crazy guy that I think, in my opinion, he goes in and out of La Poubelle, and it's pretty obvious that, in my opinion, Francois is setting him up to do this, which is really insane, because if you watch DOA at court today, Francois, I'm so tired, it's early in the morning, I haven't slept. Francois lawyer, which is Ghislaine Maxwell, or Ghislaine, or Ghislaine, or however you pronounce it, Maxwell's lawyer, so, which, makes sense. She says that we're like a gang or something, and that we stalk and harass. Well, I'm about to present a video showing me stalked and harassed by someone that, goes in and out of her restaurant. We have, that I'm quite certain knows her, and she knows what he's doing, and he's doing it on her behalf, in my opinion. But yeah, so I live streamed the second half, and the cops that I had tonight were in Van Nuys, but they tell me I have to go to the Hollywood police station, which I'm going to go tomorrow. I hear somebody else wants to go too, because he followed them. So, so we're going to go and just report this guy. I knew he was crazy last week. I said it on video. I got in his face because he chased a 16-year-old kid around. I saw it in his eyes. I said it to people. For one thing girls know is a psycho. We can spot a psycho. We have experiences with vacant-eyed psychos when they change and chase you, and he did that a few times. And just the fact that if anybody sets up a crime and goes out of their way to set it up in the fashion that he did with DOA, shows his mindset just there, and he's following other people, and he's something. He's weird. He's weird. Probably a Scientologist. I thought so, because he behaved like them last week. Regardless, he ain't right in the brain, okay? He's something else. And he chased me literally for 30 to 40 minutes, and he did not care who saw. And the license plate that I had on him, that I read in the video and gave to the cops says doesn't show up, so maybe it's a fake plate, unless when I said it out loud in the video, maybe I missed a number, but I really doubt it. But no worries, because other protesters have footage of his car there, and they will double check on that license plate. And if it's a fake plate, that's illegal. And we're going to report everything, and don't worry. This is what you deal with when you deal with, abusive cults that hire people. And, I'm so tired I can't even form words. But yeah, and I'm not going to sleep. I got to prepare this footage and clip out the parts where I can, see him and all that. Everything's going to make sense soon. But, at least I have proof that this psycho that tried to set up DOA, I have proof that he's a psycho. I mean, we had already proof last week, but you know, this is what they do. They tell on themselves. They make bad decisions. And I think it's going to come out that Francois is the one, maybe she's paying this guy. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't do what he's doing for free. Or maybe she's doing him some kind of favor. I don't know. But he goes in and out of the restaurant, and I've seen behaviors of him reaching his hand through the tent, giving flyers that he's torn off, and there's people right on the other side of the tent to grab them, and he's communicating with them during that, setup, which I think that, other people obviously know about how he was going to try to set DOA up, and that's a conspiracy, which I think is a felony. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Streets about it, and I'm going to talk to everybody about it tomorrow. But yeah, sorry that I just jumped on stream tonight. I literally didn't want to go to this protest at La Poupe because there was just a strange feeling I got. So I parked down the street and I watched the live streams and I saw this guy show up. And I thought, I don't know. This guy's bad news from last week. I saw his psycho eyes. He's bad news. I got in his face last week when he chased Solomon. And sometimes I intentionally go really aggressive, like just verbally with people because with like guys that act like Scientologists probably are Scientologists because, he came out, he started to walk towards me like he was going to hit me at one point. So I'd be like, back off, bitch, to out crazy him. You know what I mean? So maybe, he saw me. I don't know. Maybe he saw me tonight or whatever. I pulled into Gelson's just to film my buddies having an interaction with him because I knew how he likes to set the people up. And I saw him kind of walking around the parking lot and like texting. And I was just like, he's not going to try to pull this fast one the way he did with DOA. So I'm going to make sure I'm filming. And what I didn't know is when I was going to pull out of Gelson's, he started to walk to his car, and he was parked in Gelson's too. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to pull out, and I'll slowly pass him and get his license plate. And this is when he clearly saw me because I had to do like a really slow, to try to get the license plate. It was a little blurry, so I said it out loud. And this is when he obviously saw me. So he pulls out kind of quickly. I pull out of Gelson's and I knew he was going to follow me. And he did. He followed me up and down the street. He followed me on the freeway. He followed me on the 101. He followed me, I think I might have gotten the 405. I would get in the right lane and I put my blinker on and slowly act like I was going to get off the freeway. And then he would start to get off the freeway and speed up. And then I'd get back on the freeway. And that, so I did all the moves just to make sure that it was him, And I'm filming this. And then when I finally get off the freeway, because I started to get a little confused if he was still behind me or not. I got off the freeway, waited a couple minutes, and there he was. And then the chase was on down side streets, this and that. And he knew I knew it because I'd go down Ventura Boulevard and make this like crazy U-turn, and then he would make the crazy U-turn, and then I would make a right, and then I would start to make a right and then go straight, and then he'd start to make the right, go straight. It was just like a scene from a movie. This guy, he gets off on chasing women. Let that sink in. He gets off on chasing women and 16-year-old boys. We have it documented. This is what he likes to do. This is this kind of guy. So this went on for 30 to 40 minutes. Now, before people start to give me shit that I didn't call the police right away, I knew he set up DOA. I knew he chased a 16-year-old. I knew he was psycho. I also know that DOA is still going through it because of this situation. And I knew that I needed to film this guy. I don't suggest that anybody do what I did, but when I was filming, I knew that I needed to, and this was the only way. If I would have called the cops, who knows when they got there or would they get there, and he would just disappear and everybody would just think I was paranoid. And then I wouldn't have any documentation to help me or to help DOA. and or to help any other person, like the other person that said he was following him. I think I could say it. Cuts, he followed Cuts too, because Cuts said it in the film. So I wasn't going to say it, but now I just remembered when he was streaming, he said it. So I think it's okay. And he's this guy is needs to be stopped, and Francois needs, if she's behind it, which I think she is, in my opinion, and Scientology, it needs to be documented. So I made that choice. So no one give me shit for that. This is my good deed. And I know the people that are talking to me with love and they want me to be safe. I did get on 911, but I did it strategically after I finally found some pedestrians in the street. I pulled up to the pedestrians. I tried to get them to make them call 911, screaming in the street. There's some drunk girls who saw him do donuts, but I don't know, they were just confused. And one guy was like worried, but he didn't have a phone on him. I guess he came out to take a break from working. But I made such a scene that he ended up disappearing because he realized I had people on the street with me. So he ended up disappearing. And that's when I called 911, and they walked me through going to a police station in Van Nuys, and then got off the phone with me, and then the police station was closed. And then from there, I flagged down a random guy who tried to call a unit, who, told me that I have to go into the Hollywood police station tomorrow. And that's where we're at. So I got to put together this footage and clip out the parts and, show the police, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah. So that is why I didn't call 911 right away. And I, in my specific situation, I feel that I did the right thing. And the footage that I have, it's hard because it's like, it's like a movie. It's like bright lights behind me and me like holding the camera. So it was hard to get good footage. But when I would make U-turns and he would speed up and make a U-turn, chasing me all down these streets, I realized, why don't I just do a donut? And if I do a donut, then it can be like this, side view, at least of his car. If I really wanted to get good footage, I would just stop the car and get out and walk to his driver, to his window. But that would be, taking it too far, very unsafe, right? So I didn't do that, but I did do the donuts, in which he did the donuts with me. It was almost comical. A couple different times. He did the donuts with me. I'm going to post that. So watch out for this psycho donut short that I'm going to post soon. But anyways, shout out to everybody that cares, everybody that was worried about me. I see you, and I really appreciate you. I mean, you don't even know. Like, I cry whenever I think about people caring about me. It makes me like emotional. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will give you an update tomorrow. Okay, bye.